Hello fuckers, how's it going? I'm the bloody queen of fucking England cuntbags. I have picked this dirty old bitch, so you will respect my fucking authority, especially on the subject of which you are about to hear. I give you the Master Osman Spare, the Book of Pleasure, Self-Love, the Psychology of Ecstasy, by Osman Spare. Definitions: the words God, religions, faith, morals, woman, etc., they being forms of belief, are used as expressing different means as controlling and expressing desire, an idea of unity by fear in some form or another which must spell bondage, the imagined limits, extended by science which adds a dearly paid inch to our height, no more, cure, the absolute freedom which being free is mighty enough to be reality and free at any time, therefore is not potential or manifest, except as its instant possibility by ideas of freedom or means, but by the ego being free to receive it, by being free of ideas about it, and by not believing. The less said of it, the less obscure is it. Remember, evolution teaches by terrible punishments that conception is ultimate reality, but not ultimate freedom from evolution. Virtue, pure art, vice, fear, belief, faith, control, science, and the like. Self-love, a mental state, mood or condition caused by the emotion of laughter, becoming the principle that allows the ego appreciation or universal association, in permitting inclusion before conception. Exhaustion, that state of vacuity brought, by exhausting a desire by some means of dissipation, when the mood corresponds to the nature of the desire, that is, when the mind is worried, because of the non-fulfillment of such desire and seeks relief, by seizing this mood and living. The resultant vacuity is sensitive to the subtle suggestion of the sigil different religions and doctrines as means to pleasure, freedom and power. What is there to believe, but in self? And self is the negation of completeness as reality. No man has seen self at any time. We are what we believe, and what it implies by a process of time in the conception. Creation is caused by this bondage to formula. Actions are the expressions of ideas bound up in the belief. They being inherent are obscure, their operation indirect. Easily they deceive introspection. Fruits of action are twofold: heaven or hell, where unity or nothingness, purgatory or indifference. In heaven there is desire for women, hell the desire intense, purgatory is expectation delayed, indifference but disappointment till recovery. Then verily they are one and the same. The wise pleasure seeker, having realized they are different degrees of desire and never desirable, gives up both virtue and vice, and becomes a curiist. Riding the shark of his desire, he crosses the ocean of the dual principle, and engages himself in self-love. Religions are the projection of incapacity, the imaginations of fear, the veneer of superstition, that paradox is truth, while oft-times the ornamentation of imbecility, as a virtue in the idea to maximize pleasure cheaply, remit your sins, and excuse the miss but ceremonial, the expression of purgatory to the governing fear. Yes, what you have ordained in your religiousness, is your very rack, imagine though it be. The prospect is not pleasant. You have taught yourself, it has become inborn and your body is sensitive, that God is always in heaven, or that the Almighty Inconceivable emanates its conception or negation, commits suicide, etc. Some praise the idea of faith. To believe that they are gods or anything else would make them such, proving by all they do, to be full of its non-belief. Better is it to admit incapacity or insignificance, than reinforce it by faith, since the superficial protects but does not change the vital. Therefore reject the former for the latter. Their formula is deception and they are deceived. The negation of their purpose, faith, is denial, or the metaphor idiocy. Hence it always fails. To make their bondage more secure, governments force religion down the throats of their slaves, and it always succeeds. Those who escape it are but few, therefore their honor is the greater. When faith perishes, the self shall come into its own. Others less foolish obscure the memory that God is a conception of themselves, and as much subject to law. Then, this ambition of faith, is it so very desirable? Myself, I have not yet seen a man who is not God already. Others again, and those who have much knowledge, cannot tell you exactly what belief is, or how to believe in what defies nature or laws and existing belief. Surely it is not by saying I believe, that art has long been lost. They are even more subject to bewilderment and distraction directly they open their mouths full of argument, without power and unhappy, unless spreading their own confusion. To gain cogency they must adopt dogma and mannerism that excludes possibility. By the illumination of their knowledge they deteriorate in accomplishment. Have we not watched them decay in relation to their expoundings? Verily, man cannot believe by faith or gain, neither can he explain his knowledge, unless born of a new law. we being everything, where for the necessity of imagining we are not, be ye mystic fuckers, be ye mystic.